Hello and welcome to Twisted John. My name is Elias here, and today I'm going to give you guys an update on Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be probably one of the best games out there in this generation, and we have been covering this game so much, and even when the trailer came out, we made sure that we had it on the site and just give you guys that update. With the newest news that has come out on Grand Theft Auto 5, there are a lot of cool things happening here. Obviously, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a former Full Sail University student that managed to get a job over at Rockstar, and he worked there as a graphic designer, I believe. And with this job, he was able to get some information which he kind of leaked. Now his name is Brendan. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I believe it's Brendan or something like that. And so he pretty much leaked this information to the fans out there. Now, before we continue on and actually tell you the information that he revealed, we first want to say that a lot of this information that comes out sometimes it could be from a fan of the game, and we want to make sure that that you guys take this as a rumor, because this has not been confirmed by the people over at Rockstar. A lot of times, this information gets leaked, and we want to make sure that we get you guys the right information when it comes to these things, because after all, you are fans of this game if you're watching this or listening to this video, and I always like to keep people updated, but I want to make sure that you get the information correctly before, so there's no you're not upset with us for giving you this information without checking. Now, we haven't fully confirmed this with Rockstar, and I'm pretty sure that Rockstar has not, they're not going to confirm this even if we ask them. So, but anyway, so to start things off, I want to tell you that obviously, as I said, Brendan, he was a student over at Full Sail University, which is the college over at Florida. Now, this college is specialized for gamers and people that want to follow a career in the gaming industry. So he studied there, and he got that job over at Rockstar as an intern, and he was doing graphic design. So the information that he revealed was, we're going to start with the city, which is Los Santos. It's not going to be San Andreas as we're used to, as we know from GTA San Andreas. It's actually going to be Los Santos, and then there are going to be a couple of suburbs in the city, and and pretty much a lot of countryside. This is according to this Brendan. Now, this means that there's probably going to be a huge map, and from what we're hearing, it's going to be a map of approximately, it's going to be the size of 3 Liberty cities, which is what we're playing here right now. So that sounds like it's going to be pretty big. But with GTA, what I want to see is a bigger map. So I hope that they do make it a bigger map, and that it isn't just a small map or a couple of countryside areas and that's it, because that would make it really boring. So with that said, we want to move on and tell you guys a little bit of the details. The next thing actually is going to be, there's going to be no Mount Chiliad, or the huge mountain that we saw over in San Andreas. This huge mountain is going to be replaced by a mountain range, and there are going to be areas that you're going to be able to walk, but it's not going to be as huge as we're used to seeing in San Andreas. So we want to make sure that you know that. So the main character, his name is going to be Adrian, and we saw him in the trailer. Now, Adrian might be the older guy, because according to the details, he seems to be he has a history of crime, and he's been in and out of jail for a long time, and this is what's coming out. Now, this again, we want to say that we're not 100% sure about it. It could be true, it might not be true, but you guys wait to see what happens. So the next thing that we want to go on is there are not going to be any gangs, but there are going to be crews, and these crews are the same crews that you're going to hear about, or you probably heard of, for Max Payne, for the multiplayer. So with these crews, you're gonna be able to play, invite them to do different heists around the city, or even around the countryside or smaller towns, and you're gonna do that, and you're gonna be able to move around, and you can use as many as you want, as many as you have. There is a money system when it comes um, to the whole heist thing. So if you did invite, say you invited 10 different, crew members or whatever. So if you invited these 10 crew members, the the important thing to know is that you're not gonna make the amount of money that you're used to making. If you were doing it alone, you'd only make, you have to split it all into small pieces. So it'll be split into the different people that are doing the heist. So make sure that you do know that, because it is important if you are out there doing a heist. So the next thing that we want to go on, and we're gonna say this, there are going to be driving schools, but there are not going to be any boat schools. There are also going to be you're gonna be able to take flight lessons. Because the main character of the game does not know how to fly, and there are going to be missions in there in which you will need to fly. So make sure that you know that. If you were into flying and you were looking for more information on the flying part of Grand Theft Auto 5. So the other news that we're hearing here is that there's going to be better AI, which means that cops are going to be smarter this time around. So we definitely, something that I'm really hyped about is that, because I want to see how better they're going to be, because in GTA 4 they were pretty big, and they could get you pretty easy if they wanted to. So that's just definitely very exciting. Girlfriends are coming back. So if you remember the GTA San Andreas days, you could have a couple of girlfriends in the game. CJ had them. So they are coming back, but you're gonna be able to break up with them if you wanted to. So that's all pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's not gonna be as annoying as the system that you had before, where all the girlfriends kept calling and just annoying the heck out of you. So it's pretty awesome. The next thing that I want to say is customization. There's going to be customization for both the character and the cars. So Transfenders is coming back, and the whole system of buying clothes and changing the way you look, that's all coming back. However, it's all going to be very limited. And we want to say this to confirm this, that according to these details, you're not gonna change your sex in this game. Similar like if you remember the Saints Row series, you're not gonna be able to do that. So if you are waiting to do that, that's just not gonna happen. The character is a male character, and Rockstar is gonna pretty much stick with that. So there are gonna be older vehicles. So the vehicles that you see in GTA 4, they're coming in. But there are going to be older vehicles, and according to the details, the storyline is going to be fairly new. So so it's going to be like a current kind of story, similar to the whole story with Nico and the other guys and the other characters. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So you're going to be able to see the new technology and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be really cool. And to just finish off here, we want to say we are really excited for the game, and we hope that the people over at Rockstar bring something better. We're definitely disappointed with GTA 4, because GTA 4, it wasn't a bad game, but it was just it just felt like they didn't really give you much. And with San Andreas, you had a lot more. You could play that game for hours even after you pass it. But with GTA 4, you didn't have that ability. Once you played through the story, that was it. I mean, how much more driving can you do? I mean, I'm doing a little driving here on this game. I've passed this game a couple of times on the PS3. and I can say that, after a while, you get tired. You don't want to play the same story, and that was what made the airplane part of GTA an awesome thing. Because it added it kind of felt like a flight simulator at the end. With the whole thing, and that those things create great experiences for anyone that's looking to get into something different and something fun. So, anyways, signing off. I am Elias here with Twisted Junk. I hope you enjoyed all the details, and if you would like to get more updates from us, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook. Also subscribe to this channel because we will have more updates, and we will be covering E3 and Comic-Con, and so it's just gonna be it's gonna be great to see what happens with this game. Take care, people.